Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing Taylor. It's a modern textile bed with much variety in its bed perimeters and a big, decorative and comfortable upholstered headboard. Let's dive in. So we started by saying that Taylor does offer much variety in its bed perimeters, and we start by describing its 10 centimeters high bed perimeter, which is this one. We can have thinner perimeters. For example, we have the 5 centimeters one, and we have the ultra slim one, which is the 2 centimeters perimeter, which is actually an invisible bed because there's a 2 centimeters panel which supports the mattress, and it is also supported by its feet underneath, and basically you don't perceive the bed perimeter and you just perceive the bed, the mattress itself with its sheets, and so it's basically an invisible bed. Very minimal, not for everybody, but it's still an option. So we have 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, then we move on to the 25 centimeters and the 30 centimeters bed perimeters, and the 25 and the 30 do offer the storage box mechanism, both with the standard lift and the double lift. In terms of depth, this is the standard 2 meters, but we also offer the 190 centimeters. I'm talking about the measure of the mattress which rests on top of it. And then in terms of width, we have 7 different formats because we start from the single 80, single 90, the 120. Then we have the French double, which is 140, the Italian double 160, then we have the king size 180, and the super king size, which is 2 meters. Getting here to talk about the headboard, I must say that even though it's a big and comfortable, decorative and comfortable headboard, in general, the Taylor bed is rather compact in depth because starting from the depth of the mattress, let's say 200s, the overall depth of the bed is only 20 centimeters more, so it's only 220. So it is decorative and comfortable, but not bulky. And I'd like also to point out how the width of the bed is rather compact as to the bed perimeter because it's only 13 centimeters more than the mattress. For example, we have a 160 mattress with a 173 width of the bed perimeter, but bear in mind that the width of the headboard is 50 centimeters more than the width of the mattress. So if you have, let's say, a 160 mattress, well, the headboard will be 210 on the sides, or a super king size bed 2 meters mattress, well, the width of the headboard will be 250. Not only you must consider that, well, the overall dimension is 50 centimeters more than the mattress, but you also must consider that these sort of headboards which sprout out from the sides of the bed perimeter are not suitable with most of the bedside tables. At least with the bedside tables which have drawers, they're not really suitable because let's assume that you are sitting in bed here and you have your drawers here and they are 25 centimeters, 30 centimeters away from your bed. Well, it would be very unpractical to stand to use your bedside table. So these headboards, these wider headboards, are normally suitable with this sort of service tables, like it could be a poof, an ottoman, a table plié, it could be a coffee table like this, which could be used beside the sofa or beside the bed. This is the type of bedside table which work well beside such an headboard. I describe this headboard as being decorative and comfortable at the same time. Well, it is indeed decorative because here we see how well it works with a 2 materials approach. Of course, I can have it with a single material, but it's nice to create, to enjoy the visual benefit of 2 different textures and matching colors. And also it is indeed comfortable because even though it's rather compact in terms of depth, it's and this cushion is rather shallow and soft. The mixed effect of the thicker, of the firmer back panel and the softer front panel is indeed very comfortable. I can imagine myself reading in bed at night or having conversation with my partner, and so I like it, and I can also rest my head. I do like very much the comfort and effect of this headboard. One detail about the headboard, we see the decorative cushions here, and there's a convenient zipper here, which allows to remove the cover easily, and so you can easily wash the cover of this part of the headboard without removing the old cover of the bed. More customization options. As to the bed perimeters, except for the ultra slim, which is basically invisible, you can also customize the looks of the bed perimeter because you can have the plain finish with plain simple stitches like this one. You can have one with a big piping running around the perimeter, and in that version you can have a second piece of fabric on top. So instead of having the rounded edge here, you will have a plain upper side with the piping, and you can have color A here and color B on top, and these, for example, could be used to match the color that you've chosen for the secondary color that you've chosen for the headboard. And other details, you have much choice as to the feet. Of course, the feet are more visible for shallower, thinner perimeters, and for example with the 30 centimeters perimeter you don't much see the feet. You can see it more with the 25 centimeters perimeter, which allows the storage box. Most often you choose a shallower storage box, the 25 instead of the 30, because of its looks, because it might appear to be lighter, but in general you do perceive the feet more for the 10 centimeters, and this is why, for example, the 10 centimeters bed perimeter has more options as to the feet, and you also have transparent metacrylate feet available, which look amazing. You can see them in the catalog, and these are very basic in terms of shape, because basically a cylinder shape. This is the titanium finish, but you also have the RAL color scale available, and so, for example, you could match the color. You could actually try, in a good way, try and match the color of the feet together with the color of the fabric of the leather that you've chosen, and this does create a nice, striking tone-on-tone effect. As to the materials, you can cover the tailor bed with any fabric, faux leather, velvet or leather of our collection. Here we see Unico, which is a unique, astounding microfiber that actually has a leathery Nabuk effect feel, very high performance. Here it has been used for the structure. And here we have Sorano, which is a super high-end natural fabric that we have manufactured in Tuscany, and Sorano is actually a name of a Tuscan town. And well, this is just an example of the infinite combinations that you can have on the tailor bed. So we've come to the end of today's product review about the tailor textile bed, a modern, let's say contemporary bed with a decorative and comfortable headboard. I hope that you like it, and see you next time.